To start off, fishing is known for being one of the most significant reasons for decline in ocean wildlife populations. Catching fish itself is not really bad for the ocean, but when people catch fish faster than they can repopulate, it becomes a problem. This issue is called overfishing, which is one of the most unnoticed issues in Oceania. But before we get started, you might have some questions. What is overfishing? What causes it? How can we prevent it? And why is it a bad thing?
Well, to start off, overfishing is catching too many fish at once, which causes problems with breeding populations, and it often goes hand in hand with wasteful types of fishing, which is another word for commercial fishing, for those groups of massive amounts of unwanted fish for other animals which are then left for dead in the ocean. Despite overfishing being illegal in 14 countries, Australia, Canada, Chile, Fiji, China, Indonesia, Jamaica, Japan, Kenya, Mexico, Namibia, Norway, Palau, and Portugal. Many of these people who cause overfishing are small governments or big corporations using big machines and advanced technology to take as much fish as possible. But of course, you don't need to have a large group of people and machines to overfish. With this being said, it doesn't mean your average tourist can't do the same thing as the big corporations. There are many animals that are being overfished according to an article made in 2021 about overfishing. There is 1,414 species of fish being overfished, with 80 freshwater species that make up more than half of the world's species have already been declared extinct, with 16 going extinct in 2021 or 2020 alone. 10 years ago, we reached the maximum level of fish they could sustainably handle, and it's only going to get worse.
Since Hawaii is such a beautiful place for vacations, the coral reefs and crystal clear waters attract foreign fishermen all around the world. Since most of the time they are just visiting, they do not care for the fishes. Many fishing areas are governed by rules that make the problem worse or have no rules at all. In addition to the locals who can't wait to go out every day and catch immense amounts of fish, the main problem of the overfishing crisis is not only due to the unique variety of fish, but due to the quotas. For example,
Fishermen are given a collective of a 3,500-ton limit for big-eye tuna, which means they can catch as many as they can before this limit. There are a lot of people that fish and do not abide by these rules. Obey the size limit and eat legally caught fish. When you think of fishing, you usually think of small families going out in their small boat and fishing for reef fish. But with overfishing, that's not the truth. The truth is, big fishing corporations with military technology are fishing for deep sea fish. Usually they do not catch what they're looking for and leave fish dead all around them.
it's estimated that by 2048, all seafood will be gone. That means no salmon, no sushi, no tuna, no clams, no crab, etc. But if companies in the fishing industry know about this, then why wouldn't they slow at the rate which they are catching and selling? The answer is simple. It would drive up the price of fish to an absurd amount and ultimately put them out of business.
If you want to continue eating seafood but don't want to feel responsible for cause of overfishing, you can do your research on where you're getting your seafood from and choose seafood from a well-managed, sustainable fisheries. If you like to fish in your free time but don't want to contribute to overfishing, then you can use something called circle hooks. Circle hooks are a design of fish hook in the corner of the mouth, which makes the fish easier to release. Unlike normal hooks, they do not imminently kill the fish. Non-targeted fish or marine mammals. Circle hooks have been used successfully with both dead and live baits for years. With all of that said, you may be wondering, what are some side effects of overfishing?
When catching a lot of bigger fish, it is very harmful because bigger fish are the main reproducers, and fishing them decreases the population of the smaller fish, which makes it harder for the smaller fish to reproduce. Overfishing can also have impacts on entire ecosystems. It can change the size of fish remaining and as well as the speed at which they mature.
Okay, well, at this point, I'm sure you can at least understand a little bit of why overfishing is a negative issue. So how do we prevent it? Over the years, many methods to prevent overfishing were invented, but from what I have heard, the best way we can prevent overfishing is by something called fish farming, otherwise known as aquaculture, which is developed by China. It was created to meet increasing demand for seafood. Aquaculture is a method to produce food and other commercial products to restore habitat and rebuild populations of threatened and endangered species. Fish farming is a practice of growth and harvesting fish in a controlled, regulated, and safe environment. When done responsibly, aquaculture can protect vital ecosystems and sustainably feed and grow populations. It is more sustainable because it lets fish in the wild reproduce easier. Another way, simply posting an online video or talking about it, maybe even try to start a petition to stop overfishing corporations. With all of this said, we hope you have learned more about overfishing.